So you want the Obidients to come on stream?
I want them to come and let's build this country together. They have
Do you
the
think
brain.
they will?
They have the brain, right? And that is what we are preaching. And that is what you see us doing on Twitter and X-Space and all that. We have intellectual capacity to drive things. The way we drive it on the social platforms, let us come and drive our country. We have an open ministry now. We have a ministry that belongs to us. Not because of political party. Not because of you are Habga. Not because you are in this agency. Not because you are Obi, and whatever you are supporting.
The Minister of Youth Development, speaking to Shengu of Channels TV on his podcast, he's calling on Obidients and other opposition groups to join them and contribute ideas to develop the country. It sounds good to anyone that wants a working country, but they make it very difficult for any sane, reasonable person to join them. Their policies alienate people, especially a government that has made trolling the opposition, cronyism, tribalism, many things as official policies. Yes, all these alienate people instead of attracting them to contribute. The last time Atiku Abubakar criticized Tinubu for appointing many people from his ethnicity in disregard to the federal character laws, it was about 60 or 70% to one ethnic group. Who knows whether it has reached 80% right now, because that's been a few months ago. He has made several appointments since then, so who knows? When people criticize this, you see supporters saying, no one should talk, after all Buhari did the same thing. They try to justify Buhari's lawlessness, his disregard for federal character. They are trying to make it seem as if Tinubu is trying to bring justice. Since someone else did it, he's trying to do the same thing, maybe to a greater extent, taking it to a whole new level, in complete disregard for our diversity. Our diversity is supposed to be our strength. Like when you look at other countries that are diverse as we are, like the United States for instance, they do not make it very obvious that one race or ethnic group is superior to the other. But here in Nigeria, it has been taken to a whole new level. He's trying to make everyone see that the government is about himself, his people, and no one else. So apart from all the legitimacy issues surrounding the administration, no sane person is going to join because he has alienated many people already. What's the need to join since other people don't have ideas? He has made it clear that only his people have the idea to turn around the country. And we can see how incompetent they are on the job. Inflation is still very high. Nigerians are still dealing with the high cost of living. Are we going to talk about electric power supply despite increasing tariffs? The national grid has collapsed more times under this administration than in any other time in Nigeria's history. What about national debt? He's on course to beat Buhari, having doubled the national debt. He made the national debt at around 70-something trillion naira. In under 2 years, our national debt has climbed up to 140-something trillion naira. That's double in less than 2 years. What is going to happen in 4 years? So you can see there is no aspect of the economy or social life in Nigeria that is actually working. All the indices are in the negative. So who is going to join when they don't even listen to anyone that is criticizing them, when they don't take any advice from anyone? Rather, they hound, abuse and threaten the person. They start asking what he did when he held a political position in the past. Why didn't he make the place he governed an El Dorado? Try to make it as if the person is not qualified to criticize them. They have this posture that they have all these solutions, that they know it all. They don't give any room for people to criticize them. Even protests have been criminalized by the current administration. These are people that came to power through protests. They shut this country down for many weeks just because of petrol price increase. Today, petrol is selling above 1,000 naira per liter. People want to protest, but they are afraid of being killed by policemen who are supposed to be protecting them because they have criminalized protests. So there's no need to continue calling on Nigerians to join them, because reasonable people can see that they don't have the interest of Nigerians at heart. All that they are doing is for their selfish interest. If they truly want to solve all the numerous problems facing this country, they just need to deliver good governance. That's the least Nigerians are asking for. And if they are able to do it, many people will vote for them in 2027. Many people will start supporting them even before the 2027 presidential election. That's how nice Nigerians are. They don't know how to hold grudges against politicians who oppress and continue to impoverish them. They are in power, but they continue to behave as if they are in opposition. They have all the powers to effect changes in the economy and turn around the fortunes of Nigerians, but all they have brought on Nigerians are sufferings, hardship, and penury. And when Nigerians cry about it in public or on social media, they are hounded, intimidated, and detained by the police, eventually charged to court after being detained for several weeks, and the court will remand such people into prison. All this for just criticizing a government that is supposed to be working for the people. If they truly want to turn around the fortunes of Nigeria, they should start by learning many things from Donald Trump, who in just a few days after being sworn in has attracted investments worth trillions of dollars to the US economy. He didn't have to travel to any country to get this investment. He didn't have to tour the whole world on the premise that he's looking for foreign investors. No.
Well, Mr. President, last month I came to celebrate your winning and promised that we will invest $100 billion. And you told me, oh, Masa, go for 200. Yeah. Now I came back with 500. Because this is the, as you said yesterday, this is the beginning of golden age of America. This is one great example, I think.
Investors were trooping in not just because of the trust they have in the policies he will implement, but also the trust and confidence they have in the US economy. How many times have Tinubu traveled to Saudi Arabia to look for investments? But till today, no penny from Saudi Arabia has been invested in Nigeria. On the other hand, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia called Donald Trump himself and pledged investments worth more than $500 billion. How can Nigeria have this kind of opportunity? How can Nigeria ever qualify for such investments from the world community? It's very simple. You don't need to buy a new presidential jet and waste billions of naira traveling around the world in the guise that you're looking for foreign investors. No. Spend that money developing capacity in Nigeria. Spend that money creating the enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Once you do this, you now focus on good governance, building trust among Nigerians, not just foreigners. You now focus on the judiciary, making sure that they interpret the laws the way it is written, to the letter. You now focus on fighting corruption. In summary, you have to create a society that is based on equality, where the son of no one can become someone, where you don't need to know anyone to get any job, where everything is based on merit. You don't need to be appointing social people from social ethnic group. You don't need to be favoring these people. You don't need to be doing this. You have to build this capacity and continue on this path for several years, to the extent that Nigerians will now have confidence in their own country. To the extent that Nigerians will now start thumping their chest that they can go to any court once they are innocent and get justice, that they wouldn't need to bribe anyone to get anything out of the system. That way, foreigners will now start seeing what is happening in Nigeria. They will have that confidence that, hey, these people have been on this path. They've been delivering good governance, building their society the past decade. It's now time to get into this country and invest and take advantage and make massive profits. They can now have that confidence to invest millions of dollars in the Nigerian economy, knowing that any civil matter that arises, that they can go to court and get justice. That no man somewhere, no big man somewhere will call someone on phone, will call one judge on phone and say, deliver the judgment in this person's favor instead of the right person. So all these are what they should concentrate on in trying to build a new Nigeria. Rather than focusing on propaganda and divisive politics, always shifting the blame, nothing is ever their fault. They can start now. No time is late. They can focus on good governance And Nigerians, like already said, will start singing their praises without being paid. Right now, they are paying people to sing their praises. They are urging people to come and join them. But when they start delivering good governance, all these will come for free. Yes, they might even have no opposition going forward because people care about good governance more than anything. Right now, the reason there isn't opposition, or maybe there is crisis in many opposition parties, is because they are interfering. They want to frustrate the opposition. They want to shut down their voice. They want to be the only voice that Nigerians hear so that they can do whatever they want. But that's not what Nigeria needs at the moment. Nigeria needs all voices to be heard. Whether it's the opposition or the people in government, ideas will change this country for better. Thanks for watching.